Hello and welcome to the first Schrafft vlog in like almost 3 months. Holy crap. Um, it's been interesting. There's a lot to update on. So, I got a car. That's cool. I think that's like the oldest news. Um, I've had a car for a bit now. And it's interesting. I mean, like, my life hasn't changed like super drastically as a result of that, but it's kind of cool. I mean, like, I mostly use it to like drive to the train for work, but no big deal. So that's cool. I don't know. I've been steadily, in my opinion, getting better at music, which is really cool. I think something that has dawned on me recently is like I had ambitions of releasing an album a while ago, like a couple months ago at least, and it just never happened. And it makes almost no sense because I've got plenty of tracks to release, and I even think I had like, I don't know, 27 tracks before April, and I think that's plenty of material to work with for an album. So I could even like it's possible that I'm even working on the next one right now and have been for like the last month or so, because there's like I should not have more than 30 tracks on an album. The last one had 24, but they were way shorter. I'll post it in the description of this video in case you haven't heard the album Quar Life that came out in 2020. I don't know. I think those songs are still good, which is nice to not have to cringe at them. But I think I'm also like better now. For one, I'm making much longer tracks. They're more I don't want to say detailed, but like maybe there's more transitions. Like a big thing is that my songs now actually have endings, whereas like the songs on Quar Life a lot of them are like loops that if you keep the track on like play one track like looped, then the song will like loop perfectly. So that's like cool in its own way. But like I feel like if you're listening to the album through, it's not like an amazing experience. Like you want like one song to end and another to begin. So it I don't know. I consider that an improvement. Yeah. So that's music stuff. I feel like I should definitely like compile and release an album. I'm also like starting to upload tracks to YouTube to see. You know, I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess there's like a small ambition in me to be like, it would be cool if these got like reach somehow. But you know, we'll see. Maybe I'll like share them somewhere else or something like that. But I don't know. I just like, it's cool. It's really cool to me that like music is this thing that I've cultivated for. I want to say I've been doing electronic music for like 8 years now. And if you're curious, hit me up and I will show you my old SoundCloud stuff, and you can see like where I like started digital music from, because I think it's cool and it's not like half bad. I've actually thought about like taking some of those old tracks and like remaking them now, which would be interesting. I mean, another like cheaper like effort-wise idea would be to just download them and then remix them or something like that. But I feel like remaking them is probably cooler, especially like there's a couple that are like pretty good from back in the day, and like they're actually like my big thing early on was like struggling with being able to make songs that were more than like 30 minutes long. Not 30 minutes, 30 seconds long. And like it was a big deal for me. So like occasionally I would be able to pop out a song that was like a minute or 2 minutes, and that was like a big deal back then. Now it's like I need to work to make my songs like, I don't know. I'm trying to find the sweet spot right now. But like, I went from like not being able to make a song longer than 30 seconds to releasing songs that are 7 minutes long. And I feel like that's like could be the opposite extreme unless like you've got like a lot of variation in there. Like 7 minutes is like a long time. So I'm trying to hit that sweet spot of like 3 to 5 minutes. But you know, whatever. A song takes as long as it takes, and each one can be different. And that's part of the cool thing about it is like I can vary it up a bit. I know a big thing about the new album is that I need to figure out what the order I want the tracks in. So that's cool. I don't know. That's a lot of stuff about my music. What about other areas? Oh well, for one, I should mention like what the game you've been watching is called Progress Quest, and it's an idle game that plays itself, and it's amazing. I hope it's been entertaining you as you've been hearing me talk. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess, like, how do I talk about this stuff without getting too into the weeds? Like, I guess lately I've been getting, like, philosophical, if you want to call it that, and, like, getting really, I don't know, into, like, mind games, I guess you want to call it. Well, I guess, like, anything is mind games, but, you know, like, I don't know, really getting deep into philosophy, specifically. And that's cool. Like, the interesting thing I've noticed about it is now that I've like sort of opened my mind up to not only like considering philosophical ideas, but like seeing how they apply to my life. It's like, I don't know, it's made things more lively. Like I guess I'm more attentive because I'm always like, you know, what people are saying stuff on the surface, but what are they really saying? Like, what are they trying to communicate? You know, and like, I don't know, once you open your ears to stuff and like, you know, pay attention a bit, like, there's also like, I don't know, like I work in an office and like I got hired during COVID, right? So we were all working from home, and so like I only would know people through like instant messages. But now we're all back, like we've been progressively going back into the office. But now it's like 4 out of 5 days a week are in the office. And so I'm like getting to know my coworkers like pretty well. And it's kind of cool. Like they're actually decent people to talk to. Like, I don't know, and even like bullshitting about like today was like GameCube game, like what was your favorite GameCube game was the topic of conversation, and I'm like, hey, okay, cool, and like people were even talking about emulators and stuff like that. So that was, I don't know, it was kind of interesting, and like it doesn't even have to be about gaming stuff. Like, I don't know, just talking about like whatever, life in general, or you know. Like, I guess I don't want to like get it super into the weeds about whatever the specifics were, but like, it's lively, interesting conversation with people who are actually like cool and for the most part nice people, like and even like kind even, which is cool. I really appreciate that. What else we got? Oh, speaking of emulators, I purchased a emulator. A handheld emulator that can play everything up into GameCube and PS2 games. So that's really cool. I'm really looking forward to that. But it's shipping from Hong Kong, so it's probably going to take a while to get it, which is okay. I can live with that. But when it does come, it's going to be cool. It's gonna be like, if I could play Kingdom Hearts on the go, oh my god, or like Pikmin, I could play Pikmin on the train. Very cool to think about. It's kind of like when I was a kid, like there were YouTube videos that were like speculating future game consoles, and one of them was like the portable GameCube, which looked like a Game Boy Advance SP, but like with a GameCube controller in it. and there was like a disc slot in the front, and it was like ridiculous. And now it's like, no, you can just have that. Like, you can have a portable GameCube, that's fine. Oh, and also it plays PlayStation 2 and like everything below it. So fucking rad. Like, it's now like a thing that like I just ordered it. So like it's probably not going to come for like a couple months. So like it would be best if I just forgot about it, and then a couple months from now was like pleasantly surprised when it just arrived. Like, that would be the ideal situation. But I don't know. There's a whole subreddit of people who ordered this thing, who like are talking every single day, posting updates about like getting updates from the company as to when like the release schedule of the orders, and like how far are people in line, and like how soon will it be depending on what type of the thing you got. It's like a whole like obsessive thing about people like checking. Like, the entire subreddit is full of people who check every fucking day as to whether their thing is shipped or not. And I feel like this is like mental illness. But it's like, what it turns out to be is like, hey, if I ever get curious about like how it's going, I can just check the subreddit and like kind of find out. And so that's cool. I don't know. Future weird, future interesting. Go figure. But it works. I also ordered a book. It's called The Other Side of Nothing. It's about Zen Buddhism in America specifically, and it's kind of interesting. Like, it's more about the philosophical side of it than like the historical side of it. So I don't know. You probably you people don't probably give a shit about Buddhism, which is fine and your prerogative. But I find it interesting to consider. Like, from a it's not like I don't take it like a belief, I guess. It's more like philosophical concepts on like the nature of suffering and stuff like that, and like how to alleviate it, which is like interesting when potentially applied. I find it like useful, and like I feel like my perspective has like grown, and I think this is a big theme recently that I've kind of like evened out. Like, I used to have like pretty high highs of like excitement, and then pretty well, not so much lately. Like, it's been decreasing for like the past couple years. But like I used to have really low lows, and then it's like been evening out, but I feel like it's evening out even more, to the point where like stuff that normally would have bothered me a lot like happens, and I'm like, oh, okay, that happened, cool, moving on. It's interesting to see myself. Like, I think the biggest thing is like I'm not like mentally clinging to things as much, so like I just let them happen. Like, I mean, like, it's not like I'm like a passive person where it's like I don't have any agency about it, but like it doesn't, like, if there's something I can't control, like it's not like I try to not let it bother me. It just doesn't bother me, I guess. Which is cool. It allows me to like make the best of situations, because I'm not like freaking out and wasting mental energy freaking out. So that's really useful to me. Yeah. Okay. The Schrafft vlog has been going on for a while. I think I can rest easy knowing that the next Schrafft vlog is probably going to come out a lot quicker than this last wait was. So, yeah. Hope you're all doing well. Post in the comments your favorite... I was about to say your favorite Schrafft song, but that's silly. I don't even know if people know Schrafft songs by names, or like remember them past when they're posted. But, you know, okay, here's an interesting question. Post in the comments something that you found on YouTube recently that you feel like most people don't know about. Yeah, let's see what rabbit holes we can get each other into. That sounds fun for a little bit. Okay. Peace and goodbye.